Hey, don't turn it off yet. Here's what's coming up on the Nice Guys on Business.
What don't I do? Fucking French fries, baked potatoes, hash browns, au gratin, mashed potatoes. Dude, that barely scratches the surface. So
Right.
what do you do? Guacamole?
Well, looks like they picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. They picked the wrong week to quit drinking. They picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines. Looks like they picked the wrong week to stop being assholes. So, Joy, have you ever been to a Turkish prison? Do you like gladiator movies? The Nice Guys want to know. Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
So many things to talk about. So little time to talk about it in. We literally have 59 minutes that we have to do this meeting, wrap up, and have any other conversations that we're going to have today.
And you're going to, and why is that? You have an appointment at Walmart?
No appointment at Walmart. I have an appointment with Winter. So Winter the Wonder Cat, he is our outside cat that needs to be brought in 5 p.m. He's not allowed to be outside 5 p.m. We our neighbor lost a chicken. Oh no.
Lost a chicken.
Lost a chicken, not to Winter, but to a coyote that had been roaming the neighborhood. We have packs of coyotes. We live at the foothills of this large mountain range that's behind our house.
Mm-hmm.
And in the winter, the coyotes like to come down because they don't have enough food source up in the mountains, so they come down into our neighborhood. And last week, or maybe it was the week before, because I think I was on vacation. I was out of town last week. Yeah, Emily did at last week's episode, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you, Emily, by the way. And there's a couple of voicemails that I would never remember what she said, so I had to leave 2 voicemails that were just kind of my input to what she was talking about. So we'll get to those soon. Anywho, the coyotes come down from the mountains. Our neighbor lost one of their 3 chickens. A lot of feathers, no chicken body, though. Felt so bad. Those chickens, I love those chickens. They make this wonderful noise in the morning. They're laying their eggs and they're having fun and they're just pecking around next door on the other side of the fence. And yeah, they lost one of them. So in other words, I have to make sure that Winter gets in before it gets dark, and somewhere around 5 after 5 it gets dark right now this time of year.
Got it. So the tie through of all that is if you don't bring Winter in, the coyotes could get to Winter.
Exactly. And while they could get to Winter at any point during the day, there's a higher probability that the cats will be their targets. Winter is a white cat, and in a dark night, he is a very easy target for a coyote to see, especially since he's got the blinking GPS light on his collar too. We haven't done him any favors, I don't think, by putting that collar on.
That is definitely true. So if you were wondering for any insights into the mind of Strickland and Doug and how things get linked together, that was it right there. So welcome back. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler, keeping a good eye on his kitty cats.
So I was listening to an episode, a couple of really cool episodes that I think people should listen to. First of all, we have a brand new podcast that I think everybody should listen to. It's called the Playful Podcast. That's PLAYFULL, as in like playful out podcast. And the host of the show, Christine Mitchie. Mitchie, is that how you say her last name?
Mitchie, that is correct, yes.
Christine, she's a really good host. I would like to say that we're excellent podcast producers, which we are, but let's not lead with that. She's a really good host, and she happened to have a conversation with the CEO of Lyft.
Well, you make it sound easy, like she happened to have it. I'm sure she worked very, very hard to actually get him on the show.
Major get.
I
mean, not to kind of throw anything back at, hey, Lyft CEO is a good guy. We have had a number of CEOs, like the CEO of T-Mobile, that was going to come on but then decided not to come on. I think.
Oh, really? I don't remember hearing about that.
Well, the excuse was he got real busy. Like we were working on the recording of it, the calendar, getting the calendar all set up, and they were a go. and I can't even remember the name. It's the guy, the real fun guy, purple guy. Anyway, he decided, I guess, after listening to, or his people listening to an episode or two, I'm like, hey, you might want to listen to the Monday episodes.
Right. That was more likely. I don't think they canceled because they got busy. They canceled because they actually listened to a show.
Right. So next week, I am actually interviewing Stephen Covey, who is the son of Stephen Covey, the guy that wrote the Seven Habits of Highly Effective People or something like that. Anyway, his team sent me an email today. I'm like, here we go. They've listened to a Friday episode. We're out again. I said, hey, Steven's really excited about it. Could you maybe give us a couple of ideas of what you want to talk about? Because we've been listening to the show. And I'm like, please, I hope they've been listening to Monday episodes. Apparently they have been listening to Monday episodes, because it was not about how are you feeling about dropping of the F-bomb. None of that was involved at all. So anyway, that's kind of cool. Anyway, that was one. So listen to the Playful podcast. She's been around. How many episodes do they have out now?
I think 90, something like that. Yeah,
right,
this
so
is season 3 or season
3 or
4
or something.
This is the CEO season. Yeah, exactly.
Right. So CEO season, really good job. I know you did a lot of the follow-up editing just to make sure all the T's were crossed and I's were dotted. But did you hear did you listen like from beginning to end to the episode?
Dude, so I did want to say we should get a little props, because we did interview the owners of Pair of Thieves, right?
That's
and,
right, we did.
And aren't they like $100 million a year company, something like that?
Yeah, that is true.
And so when I was thinking about that, I was like, how does that compare to the CEO of Lyft? Like, what is the annual revenue of Lyft? What do you think the annual revenue last year for Lyft was?
It's over 500 million. It's got to be.
Oh, right? Well over. Keep
right.
going. Keep going.
2 billion.
Keep going.
Holy crap! $5 billion.
4 billion with a B. $4 billion. Oh my fucking God! That is such a pull.
I love how how he leads. Look, I've only been the CEO for 7 months. Now, I did leave a small book company founded by a guy named Jeff.
Right, that was funny. Yeah, Jeff. You mean Jeff Bezos? Yeah. Right? Yeah,
it was great. He was great. And he said, "Hey, I happened to leave. Also, I did leave Microsoft. And when I walked in and spoke to
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Right? I know.
Is a big fucking mistake."
Dude, we publish a lot of shows, and I have to 100% agree with Doug. Oh yeah, your focus went out.
I know what happened there.
I have to completely 100% agree with Doug. Some of the stories, first of all, as he said, he basically says, I when this company was really small, this small book company, called this guy named Jeff, Amazon, but also Microsoft. He didn't go into details as to how far up in Microsoft he got, but when he kind of casually made the comment, he's like, yeah, when I left Microsoft, I got called into Bill Gates's office, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, not everybody who leaves Microsoft gets called into Bill Gates's office, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do the exit interview with you, Mr. Bonner. You'll just be seeing Mr. Gates.
Right. And he basically said, where are you going? And he said, well, I'm going to this company that's, going to be an online book selling company. And Bill Gates said to him, that's the stupidest fucking idea I've ever heard in my life. What are you fucking doing?
Yeah. So,
and then the other thing that was fucking fascinating to me, he drives for Lyft.
I know. I heard that once a month.
Oh,
twice a month.
Once or twice a month. He said, he's like once or twice a month. He actually goes out and drives. How fucking crazy is that?
I know. Some good stuff. And he does tell a really fun story about when he actually in San Francisco picked up someone and was delivering to the Lyft corporate headquarters because they work there, and they got out of the car and he's like, what? Yeah, good story. It's really good.
And the way he told the story, he was like, well, there were two really funny ones. There was one funny one where he said, hey, by the way, the reason I'm asking you some of these questions about, your experience past and present with Lyft is I happen to be the CEO. And the guy was like, you're fucking kidding me. What the hell are you? And he basically Googled him and looked him up, and he's like, oh shit, you really are the CEO. And then the other one was the woman that he picked up to take to the Lyft offices, right? Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I'm getting a text. I gotta like
I-
Ashley. Ashley needs a code, but it was within like a minute of walking up, she recognized him immediately, and she was like, "Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna have to talk to the CEO for the next 20 minutes of my ride in."
Right. Oh, that was funny. Well, so the Playful podcast,
Mm.
she does a really good job of not only the interview, but interweaving the idea of being playful, which is important in every work environment. And she does it's like an ice cream themed show, which is really cool because at the end she does like a double scoop, which means she's like a recap of the entire show, which was really good. And she has a sponsor that is an ice cream sponsor, a company out of Baltimore. I never heard of the company that's out of Baltimore that represents her. Do you know the company, the ice cream company?
No, and I actually haven't looked them up, but it is interesting because she did say they're out of Baltimore, which I think is really cool.
Cool
and
flavors.
I wanted to look them up because they're one of these a do good company. Like I found it very interesting, and I did want to look them up, but I have not.
One of the things that I got out of that as a takeaway, and it kind of, although I know that we are not philanthropic the way that most, or we are not philanthropic, not like any other companies. No, we are not philanthropic. We don't have the money. Our biggest charity right now, Strickland's biggest charity is me.
Yeah.
and Strickland is my biggest charity. Unfortunately, while you're still building your business, that's exactly where you are. One of the things that she said was, and I guess I'm going to blow this completely, but there's three types of people in the world. Those that I'm gonna spin it the way that do you know where I'm heading with this?
Mhm.
Do you I mean, do you remember what she said? Because I'm struggling with the
Yeah,
wording
it
of
was
this.
something along the lines of there are three types of people in the world. There are types of people in the world who don't see what is going wrong and like don't believe anything is wrong. People who see what's going wrong and choose to do nothing about it.
Or
and
hope
people
that somebody else that's going to help it.
Right,
God, I
hope that somebody else is going to
does
fix it. Hope somebody's
something.
like seeing a big old car fire and goddamn, hope nobody's in there. Nope, gotta get another smoke. Okay, see you later. And people who actually go to make a change, and that was what she wants.
Yeah,
to be.
and that final group are the people that are on her show, which I think is really cool. So she's got a cool themed show. It's a pretty short format show. It's about 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so. I listened to it. I woke up at 2 a.m. to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, well, while I'm up, I may as well listen to the episode. I was surprised that it was up because I know of all the last minute stuff that you had that was going on with the show. I listened to the intro that I thought Jenny Bellinger had read, and then I listened to it as it was playing, and I'm like, is this the episode? Because this is a completely different person. Did you change the intro person?
It's magic.
That was so magical. I listened to the final, and then the final was not what I heard in our project management. It was a whole different thing.
So Jenny Bellinger did the voiceover, and then I got feedback from the client that said, "Hey, could we tweak it a little bit? Change the script a little and change the read a little bit." And Jenny is on the marketer's cruise,
Right?
So unfortunately, on short notice, she was not available. So I got Chelsea to do the read, who I think
Boy,
did
that was
an
Chelsea?
excellent read,
That
right?
was Chelsea, she did a really good job. That was really professional. I'm like, damn, where did we get this person?
She
really good.
totally did. I loved her read. I hear a lot of these, right? And so she did 3 different reads, and I tend to take bits and pieces from each read to make sure I'm getting the right inflection. And I'm just like picky like that when it comes to audio.
What fucking time were you doing all this, Strickland? What time are you doing this?
Well, and the different inflections and reads and things that she put into it, it was really fucking pro shit. I mean,
Yeah.
It was really damn good. And I
good.
think we should get her doing more of these.
I 100% agree with you. I think that Chelsea should be the go-to female voice. Not that Jenny isn't good, but Jenny does a whole bunch of other stuff for us. And I know that Chelsea works for us and does stuff for us too. But she's got the jam. And the cool thing about it is when Chelsea's been with us for years. How many years has she been with us?
Oh, geez, 3-4 years, I think.
At least. More. And Chelsea, was the kind of person that when we originally got together with her, if we were to put a microphone anywhere near her, she would run the other way.
100%.
And not only did she do that voiceover, but she's got her own podcast now. It's just about to be released. I forget the name of it. It's a Pokemon podcast, though.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon podcast, and the title of it is something that is very inside, like spilling the cis tea or something like that, which I said to her, I have no idea what that means, which means that if somebody who plays Pokemon does know what it means, that's perfect. It should be an inside joke because they'll be like, you're my people. I get it. So I thought it was a very clever title.
So she did a great job. But all in all, I think it was a great episode, The Playful Podcast. And I encourage everybody, if you have not yet listened to it, to listen to it. The other
normally
one,
I would tell Christine, like I would tell our new client, hey, by the way, we gave you a little plug, you should listen to the episode, but I don't know that she's ever listened to one of our Friday episodes. And if she does, I don't want her to fire us.
Right, exactly. Don't listen. If you're listening to this, Christine, just go ahead and turn it off. It's fine. It's fine. No worries. I can't remember the other one. I was about to say the other podcast was, and then I just drew a complete blank. It was a Hidden Brain episode, but I've listened to like all 260 some odd episodes, like starting at episode, let's say 90. So this is the ones that are episodes 1 through like 89. And I cannot recall the episode that I listened to today that I thought was really good. Anyhow,
the Hidden Brain podcast.
You don't listen to Hidden Brain?
I've heard of it.
I think you have listened to a couple of episodes, and it may not have been your thing, but it is absolutely my thing. I love the psychology that goes into. Oh, I remember what the subject matter of the episode was about, but I don't remember what episode it was. It's when you're having a conversation with someone and you say something, and then they respond, and then their response actually is not an answer to what you asked them or said to them, but it was their interpretation of whatever you said to them. Like if I said to you, "Hey, Strick, look, I appreciate you getting me these roses for Valentine's Day, but I've already told you I hate roses." And now you're going to go into either one of two things. You're probably going to defensive mode, like God, it's such a fucked up thing for you to say that. How about just saying thanks? So now the subject isn't about me not liking red roses. It's about you being pissed off because I said it in an improper way. And it's all of those sidetracked conversations that you have either in your head or with somebody when somebody has a conversation. You never stick to the subject matter. You always stick to your perspective of the subject matter.
Your perception.
Your perception of it. Exactly.
Right.
And so that episode, whichever one it was, just go ahead and listen to all 200 and some odd episodes. They're all worthwhile.
Well, it's so interesting because I am looking this up now, and I see one that was How Others See You. And I listened to like 20 minutes of it and didn't listen more because the subject matter, like that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
The things that we don't think about, that fascinates me. I love all that shit. Well, so I just don't know why I would have not continued to listen to these shows.
Well, they are an hour long, so they are okay. They are kind of long. And
if they're good, that's okay.
They are really good. Shankar, I think is the name, an Indian host of the show. He used to be like I can't remember what position he had with NPR, but he had a big position with NPR, and then he broke off and started doing this show. And it's really good. I think you'd enjoy it. Give it another shot if you haven't listened to it recently.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can like follow the show on Spotify, but not. Oh, here we go. Following. Oh, I'm already following. So okay, cool. No, I appreciate the ad on that. Yes, I have definitely. There is a couple of schools of thought when it comes to communication, especially like business communication and stuff, to make sure that communication is clear. Like when you've asked somebody to do something or when you've told somebody something, to ensure that they actually understand what you meant.
Right.
Because it's not about what you say, it's about how they hear what you say. And I think one of the techniques was, okay, can you repeat back to me what I just said to you? Because I want to make sure you heard it the way I meant it.
It's a game of telephone, though. It's like, even if you say the exact words, sometimes you still, it's tonality, it's the attitude, it's your perception of or perspective or perception of what they said. Really hard to do that sometimes.
Well, and it's so, appropriate and so true that we hear what we want to hear. Like back to the old joke of, if you were the last man on earth, I would still have to think twice. If you were the last man on earth and I had to have sex with you to start repopulating the planet, I would still have to think twice about it before I had sex with you. And what does the guy hear? Oh, so you're saying there's a chance. That's it. That's it. 100%. Technically, yes, she said there's a chance, but no, that's not what she meant.
Another show that I think is worth a listen, even if you are not a faith-based believer, let's say, if you're not, if your entire life does not revolve around the church, business, or personal, another show that you should listen to if you have a moment or two, specifically this one episode, which I had a chance to sit in on, was the Generous Business Owner podcast.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's basically, I don't know, three highly intelligent, very wise, very schooled, very religious,
very business savvy too.
Business savvy guys that basically give away most of their income to their faith-based resource, whatever that source.
To different charities. Some of it's faith-based, and others it's just to charity. They want to give their money away.
So one of the co-hosts, his name is Jeff Rutt, and Jeff runs a company that does home building in, I forget, I think it's Pennsylvania. I think it is. I can't remember exactly where his company is. Anyway, he interviewed a guy named Greg Lernahan. Now, you and I have probably never heard of Greg Lernahan, but Greg is the founder, and I guess he's on the board of directors now. He doesn't have an active position in the company any longer, but he founded a company called Convergent Technologies, privately held organization. Last year, they did $2.5 billion.
Jesus. Privately held company, 2.5 billion in sales. That's nuts.
That's crazy. And it was so great to listen to their conversation. I'm a fly on the wall, just listening. I'm live producing it, making sure the sound is right and making sure the recording goes okay. And so that Jeff doesn't have to worry about it. And Greg's got a good microphone and Jeff's got a good microphone, and just making sure that everything runs well. And it's just so great to listen to these two highly successful guys, extremely wealthy guys, just have a normal conversation, which makes me feel like no matter what level of prosperity or wealth someone has, we all have the same concerns and the same things that are going on in our life. They just have it at a much more amplified level financially if they're having if they have a dollar related question.
Yeah, no doubt. 100%. Very true.
Great episode. So that is called the Generous Business Owner Podcast. And I think those are the only two clients we actually have now. We lose all the rest over Christmas and geez, what was it like? Everybody's New Year resolution was to stop podcasting. Is that?
Look, we've got we got four new people in training, like in the group training, right?
Yep.
And then we have two new shows that we're three now that we're taking over. But I'm with you. Doesn't it seem like every year that happens? Like at the end of the year, people are like, you know what? I'm tired of podcasting.
I think so. I think people, they take stock in what they're doing. And, did we ever have that conversation? Have you ever thought, I mean, maybe you thought for a brief moment, like probably I did when I was like, oh God, it's Thursday. It's like 5 o'clock and we haven't recorded yet. Fuck, I don't want to. Hey, let's call Emily. Emily. I mean, did we ever seriously consider stopping podcasting?
No, I don't think we did. Now, for a while when we were doing 5 episodes a week, we were kind of like, what the fuck are we doing? And then we came to our sentences and we no longer publish 5 episodes a week.
Yeah. And we maybe had a slight format change when we thought about doing the NGF versus our Nice Guys interview episodes, thinking, let's just try this, but whatever. I don't think it matters.
No, I know it doesn't matter.
We just keep talking.
I'm just happy that the people who leave us, the Turnkey Podcast Productions, I cannot think of anyone who has said, you know what, you guys are just too expensive, or you know what, I didn't feel like I was taken care of. It's always either I'm not going to podcast anymore, Some people say, you know what, I'm taking this in house. You guys have been great, and I appreciate you getting me up and rolling, but I'm going to, do it myself. Um, we don't get people who are like, you know what, you guys just fucking suck, and I found somebody better.
Lauren, we did have one.
Well,
that wasn't our fault. It really wasn't our fault.
But I wouldn't say that we've had any clients that we wanted to keep.
Oh,
who
yeah.
have done that.
Lauren and Jean.
We've got a couple of clients who are like, you guys did not take care of me the way I wanted to be taken care of. And both of those clients, I would say we didn't want to take care of them the way they felt they should have been taken care of. They were not being reasonable.
That is correct. Unreasonable demands definitely do not equate to a need to service them any longer. Please go away. We are happy to not have you continue on. Very nice.
Yeah.
So, okay. So there is a couple of voicemails. I don't have to listen to them to know that they were both me. I know that we can either get to the voicemails now, or I can talk to you about one of two things: my visit to the doctor, or your visit, or your vacation cruise with your daughter.
I want to hear about your visit to the doctor, because I know you are not a guy who goes to the doctor regularly, even at your age, which I don't think is a good idea. But please tell me about your visit to the doctor. Is this going to be a regular thing now?
Well, I have a couple questions. One, is our show HIPAA compliant? Because I need to know if everybody I share this information with, will you guys all sign a non-disclosure so that my insurance company can't come back to me and say, well, this was what's it called? A pre-existing
condition.
Shit. Anyway, so about a year ago, I had some trouble with my shoulder. I got some sharp pain in my shoulder, and it's been, I would say, almost a year, probably more like 10 months. I can't figure out what it is. I can't lift a lot of heavy weight in it. And a heavy weight is anything over, let's say, 15 or 20 pounds. I can't put a lot of weight on it. I can't lean. If I sleep on it, it hurts a lot. And so one of the complaints that I had was this shoulder issue that I have. I have no idea what it is. The other issue that I've been having is I have numbness on the center of my tongue. And
wow, that's
really weird. Like my taste buds aren't working properly on the center of my tongue, if there are taste buds there. And I have a little white dot on my tongue. And I thought it was, maybe I have strep throat. Originally, I thought it was that. But I've had it now for probably 6 months.
That's a long time.
And it's not going away. It's not getting worse, but it's not going away. And in conjunction with that, I have a hoarse or raspy throat. I think we've talked about this before, and maybe it's because I'm spending more time on the microphone. So those were two issues that I went to the doctor about. I haven't had we did talk about going to the doctor, because I said that to you last time.
Yeah.
So I go to the doctor, and the entire process has changed, like from when we used to go as kids. They don't do...
as kids. You realize you're comparing it not to hey, when I went 10 years ago, when I went 50 fucking years ago. I would hope the process has changed since then.
Okay, well, maybe I was being a little dramatic. Even 10 or 15 years ago, since then the process has changed. I mean, literally, I don't want to take anything away from the doctor's ability to diagnose or treat or anything, or come up with a code or whatever it is. But the doctor is literally typing into the computer as I am sharing my history. And he was, this particular doctor, I remember I went in probably, I think it was 2015 was the last time I had a checkup, like a thorough checkup. And the doctor was so focused on their computer that I didn't even need to be in the room. I could have been on the phone with the doctor, for that matter. And finally I said, "What's that noise?"
Oh, that was a car. I've got my windows open. It's like 70 today. And I'm
what? That's
nice.
Crazy. Yeah, it's very nice here. Not quite 70. Anyway, so the doctor wasn't paying any attention to me. This is going back in 2015. And I finally said to the doctor, after the doctor got up and left the room and came back without even saying, "Excuse me," for a minute, I'm like, "Hey, look, I am here sitting." I basically called out the doctor.
Yeah.
On this go round, the doctor, I guess this particular doctor has gotten much better with it. He can type without looking at his keyboard, but he can also ask me questions and type at the same time, which was great. So he's asking me questions. I'm giving him the answers to the questions. And then he's like, hmm. And I'm like, what? It's like as the gap is getting closer to the end of the questionnaire that he's asking me follow-up questions. It seems like that the computer is probably saying, ask the patient this. I'm
Yeah.
like, is it become are we like checklist healthcare now? Is that what it's come down to?
Well, were you looking at the screen? Like, do you feel that the things he was typing in were actually triggering like a sequence, like a script?
I felt like the things that he was typing in were giving him more information that he was then in turn asking me because he was basically not talking to the computer, but he was like, huh. It's like I'm like, yeah, that's interesting. Like he would say things like that, like that's interesting, not because of the answer that I gave, but because after looking at the computer after typing, he's like, I guess I should ask this.
Well, you see, this is so interesting because this goes right back to the place
Yeah.
we started, right?
Yeah.
Because to me, that's your perception.
Right.
Now, I have had plenty of times where I've talked to the nurse or the doctor, and while I'm talking, they're typing and making notes. And I have to admit, I have not once ever thought to myself, okay, they are answering questions in a script and the computer is, I mean, I'm not saying that is not what happened. I mean, it's certainly very plausible, but I had never thought about it. I'd always thought, okay, well, they're taking lots of notes because this is something unique and they want to be able to make sure to reference it later and remember it because they've got hundreds, I'm sure,
Right.
of patients. But I never thought about, maybe they were like, okay, well, yes to this and no to that and no to that. And so I need to ask this question. I would never have had that perception. And now, of course, next time I go to the doctor, I'm going to be thinking that, are you walking through a script?
And now I just feel like I'm walking through what's it like brackets. It was like it's
No,
like
it's
if
like a
then else-
script. It's like a telemarketing script, right?
Right,
Like
if
if
say
they
this-
offer this objection, do this. If they say this, do that. No, I totally get where you're going, and it could be true. I just never would have thought of it before.
Well, and the other side of it is what I liked about the way that he was doing this was I felt very much like at the end he had a plan. Like, okay, here's what we're going to do with the shoulder. Like he broke it down into some pretty simple process for us with the shoulder. I really want to order an MRI for this. And what he did was really cool, which I've never had a doctor say to me or do with me before, is he said he did it with reference to the blood test, not with the MRI, but with the blood test. He said, your copay on the blood test is going to be about $40. Okay. Just letting you know that. Well, that was what's going on with my
thoughtful.
camera here.
I know. I was going to say, I think I need to go to the doctor, but the eye doctor because it's so fuzzy. But no, it's just your camera. It's not my computer.
I don't know what's happening here.
It is weird. It does not want to focus.
There we go.
Okay, there you go.
Anyhow, I've never had.
For those of you who are listening and not watching, which of course is everybody, so sorry. We really
sorry.
this is the show, and no, we're not going to edit this out.
Yeah, the whole idea of a doctor telling me a price of anything, that would be like, have you ever called a dentist and said, I know I need a filling and I need some this other work done. I need a cleaning and can you tell me about how much that's going to be? I will never get a straight answer from my dentist on that.
You know what's really funny that you mentioned that, and I don't want to maybe not go off on this tangent, but I really like my dentist a lot. And
Me too.
If I'm getting a service that is going to be extra, normally they will say that. They're going to be like, hey, we just want to let you know if you do this and this and this extra, it is going to we think your copay is this is what's going to be, which is really nice. But maybe 8-9 months ago, I had to get a tooth removed. Like my way back in the back, it was one that I had a filling like 40 years ago, and something had happened, and they're like, we got to pull the whole tooth out. I'm like, okay, whatever. And it was all the way in the back, but then they replaced it with whatever the fuck it, I don't know. Anyway, about 4 months later, I get a bill from them, and it said something like, that tooth was like $1,500 and fucking, I don't even remember. It was very expensive and insurance covered a bunch, but it was still going to be like $500 or $600. And I was kind of annoyed because it seemed like what was itemized was like a premium version of something, right?
Okay, right.
And I had maybe 2 years before that, I had an issue with another, like all the way in the back tooth, and they took it out, and they were like, okay, so we can replace it or we can leave it. I'm like, it's way the fuck in the back. I don't give a shit. Like, is it going to be bad if I just leave it? I don't really need to replace it. And they were like, no. I'm like, okay, cool, do that. This one was same thing, but like on the other side, they didn't even ask, like, do you want it replaced or anything? Because I really would have been like, what fucking ever. I don't give a shit. It wasn't like a front tooth where it's got to look right and be right and be anyway. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, you didn't even offer me like a cheap option or a no option.
Right.
But then, and I kind of ignored it. I didn't pay the bill because they weren't bugging me for it. It was just something I got in the mail. And I knew I was going to go back. I go back every 3 or 4 months. So I was just going to wait for him to say something to me. I went back in 2 weeks ago. They didn't say a word. So I don't know if they sent me the bill and then they were like, yeah, fuck this, whatever. And then let it go, or if they just haven't noticed, but it was very weird. Anyway, that was a really weird tangent, but very thoughtful that he would tell you, by the way. And he didn't say like, hey, by the way, this is going to be an extra $500 or $1,040. Like, oh, that's very thoughtful of him.
I wonder if it was going to be like, I have no idea how much the MRI is going to cost.
Yeah, that seems like it might be expensive.
Yeah, I don't know. And I said, do you have to have, did I tell you it's a torn rotator cuff? Did I tell you that?
Is that what he thinks it is? A torn rotator cuff?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. And I was looking up on, of course you do the worst thing you can possibly do, go to like WebMD and try to look up, like surgical procedure, torn rotator cuff. It's like the most painful type of surgery, 6-month recovery time, have to sleep elevated. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll just live with it.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that rotator cuff surgery is fucking serious shit and very painful and takes a long time to recover.
Okay, so that's a hard pass. That's a hard pass.
So, well, that's the question then. What happens if you don't get it fixed? Is it just going to like slowly get worse and worse?
I don't know if it slowly gets worse and worse or slowly gets better. I don't
right,
know.
That's the question. Can it get better on its own?
So he said to me, he's going to connect me with the physical therapist because the first step before any kind of surgery is to see if physical therapy will help it. So it's not quite as bad as it was 9 or 10 months ago, but man, it's just amazing how much it still is tender. And I definitely favor it. I can tell that there are many things. Thank God I'm not left-handed. I mean, I do some things with my left arm, but most with my right. So I can, get away with not having use of my left arm quite as much as my right.
I had an interesting ailment issue recently also that I wasn't planning on bringing up, but it's fucking old. I'm fucking old now. So
HIPAA compliant. We're HIPAA compliant. It's fine. It's good. Uh-oh, Strickland's frozen.
I get back from Portland from visiting my kids.
Hold on a second. You were froze there for a second. Okay, go ahead now.
Yeah, you're like running really fast now. Just running really fast. Anyway. So I get back from Portland and I was on it because we were on a couple flights to Portland, and the side of my foot hurt really bad, like my big toe, kind of like if something had smashed on it, like it was bruised, right?
Wow.
And I was thinking, God, did I like sit on it wrong in the airplane or something? And like even just going to bed, putting my sheets over it was like really sensitive and really painful and keep me awake at night. And so I thought, I'll give it a day or two, and maybe it was something with the plane, whatever. And it wasn't really getting that much better. And so, of course, WebMD, I go looking shit up, right? And there's this thing called DVT. You can get, like, if you get blood clots, right? If you are on an airplane for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. And if it's a blood clot, like, it can be really bad if it comes loose and goes into your brain and shit. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the ER, right? So I go to, because this was like New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and then the weekend. And so my regular doctor wasn't going to be open. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go to a fucking walk-in ER or walk-in clinic. So I did that. And the doctor looks at it and he says, look, I don't think it's DVT, but I do think it is gout.
I was going to say, do you have gout? I was actually
I'm like, that's a fucking old person's disease.
No, it's not necessarily. It's just you have too much iron in your body.
Well, that's the weird shit too, right? So I've like, okay, so what causes this and how do you get rid of it? And he said, well, we need to do a blood test to confirm that that's what it is. I'm waiting
Right.
on the blood test to come
Right.
back. But he says some things that can exacerbate it are if you're overweight, like nope. He says, do you, what are some of the diet things? I've got to look at the sheet again now.
Yeah. Do you eat a lot of,
do you drink a lot?
You eat a lot of red meat? Do you drink a
Right.
lot of alcohol?
Yeah. A lot of red meat. No, I don't eat a lot of red meat. Do you drink a lot of alcohol? Some, but he said specifically beer. And I'm like, no, I might drink 5 or 6 beers a week. Right. It's not like because I will have a drink before going to bed, sometimes depending 4, 5, 6 nights a week, but it's usually like one drink before bed, but it's usually like whiskey or vodka or something. I don't drink that much beer. But yeah, then it's all this other little diet shit, most of which I don't really do.
Right. Right.
So, I'm waiting to hear what it is, but I said, okay, so what can I do to, make it better right now? Like long term, sure, I'll work on changing my diet and whatever, if that'll help. And he said, well, basically you take like this, he gave me prescription strength, Advil, ibuprofen, whatever shit. And he's like, take this and it'll just reduce the swelling. And I'm like, so there's nothing I can fucking do about it other than just like wait and reduce. And he's like, nope. Like it fucking sucks.
It's funny. JJ had gout because she had a diet that was very high in
Is it iron?
let's see, very high in iron or uric acid, something like that. I can't remember how, or her kidney didn't process it, or I don't remember exactly what, but she went above and beyond on the remedy of it.
Mhm.
Like, okay, I'm going to do whatever it is. I can't remember what the 5 things that she did, but she did like an overabundance of it and she got rid of it in like a week. So
interesting.
You might want to talk to JJ about why she got it and what she did to get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that too, because he did say it's caused by having high uric acid. And so what causes high uric acid? Okay, overweight and bad diet and too much beer and shit like that. But it could be that I have high uric acid, even though I don't do a lot of that other stuff. So I am very curious what she did to get over it.
So let's see. Fish, especially certain types such as anchovies, sardines, mackerel, scallops, and herring, can be problematic for individuals with gout. These fish are rich in purines, a type of substance that the body breaks down into uric acid. So if you have too much fish, too much honey, too much red meat, let me see.
Honey, really? Too much honey?
Cauliflower. Cauliflower.
I need to cut back on cauliflower or eat more?
Yeah, I think that you have to cut back on these things.
I eat fish, but like I eat a lot of mahi-mahi or tuna. I don't eat, scallops.
Alcohol, pears, shrimp, peas. These are all lobster. I know you have a very lobster intense diet.
No, none of those things.
Really funny. I don't know. Or it could be just a complication from other prescription medications that you are taking that might interrupt the breakdown of that uric acid in your body. But
now that's interesting. That's possible.
Okay. Anyway, I think we just experienced an earthquake.
Oh, get the fuck out.
I think
that's
that
so
was
goddamn weird.
That was the weirdest shake. I think we just had a little hit.
God, I just could not live in California to be like, oh yeah, we had a little earthquake. Like,
it was
the actual fuck?
It was just a little bump. The one that really got me was that time when it just threw my desk like a foot to the right and then a foot it came right back to center, but man, it shook it up.
It would freak me the fuck out. I don't think I could ever get used to that.
All right, let's I want to get to these voicemails because I know we're going to have conversation about it after the voicemails happen. Emily did a great job on the sit-in. Yeah. I really felt like she came to the table she's such a prepared person. She had like her topics ready to go. It's like, when was the last time we actually had any topics ready to go for the
Oh my God, it's been years.
So anyway, I thought that was a great episode. Very nice job, Emily. And now are there only 2 voicemails in the entire voicemail box?
There are. So I'm going to skip the voicemail from Jared Music if we know they're both from you.
It's such disrespect. I don't know.
We're sorry, Emily, that
I
Jared, and nobody else felt the need to call in and comment on your on
I
yours.
really do think. Oh, you know what? Oh shit. You know what happened?
Hmm.
Okay, so we planned on being here for last week. We didn't know
Yeah.
that we weren't going to be here. There were voicemails that I believe were left in the mailbox before.
Oh, and Ashley may have deleted them because we didn't
Right.
specifically tell her, by the
Yes.
way, we're not.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Jared. Can we retrieve them? Is there a way to get them back?
we probably could. How do I do that?
I don't know how you download them from Google in the first place.
Well, there is a, hold on, let me go to, let me go to my DJ Doug Drive account and let me open up the voicemail folder. Is that where it is in voicemail? I mean, in DJ Doug. I don't. Maybe it's not. Hold on, it's not in there actually.
Yeah, I mean, Ashley puts it into the turnkey
Okay,
one, which she's
Okay,
already cleared. I've already gotten
okay.
those.
Let me go. Oh, so I don't need to go there. I actually need to go to the trash can, right?
Well, where does she get them from? Like initially, she copies them into the voicemail shared folder, but
Oh,
where does she get them
voicemail.
from?
That's very good, Strickland. You brought it right to the root.
Yeah, that's the only place you're going to get it, I'm guessing.
Okay, hold on. Let me go voicemail. Voicemail. Let me find. Okay, I got it. I got it. This is good. Okay, now the question is, what are the dates that I'm looking for? Because the two that are in there are from January 6th. Those were my two voicemails.
Okay, so go back down to
I got it. The
December
27th,
28th or
29th.
something.
I got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Hmm.
So there are three voicemails in here. Okay, one is a happy birthday message to Jared, so we can bypass that one since his birthday's a long time ago. Now, do you remember if we play? No, we wouldn't have played this. So
Probably not.
hold on a second. So let me go to my
Anything from
voicemail
the
folder.
last 2 weeks we would not have played.
Okay, so let's
So
do
since
this.
Christmas or so.
I'm gonna give you. How do I download it? I don't know how to do anything here. Jeez. Hold on, I got to figure this out. Voicemail. Okay, download. I'm going to download that one. That's on the 29th. I'm going to download this one. This is on the 29th also. Oh, there's two more on the 29th, and they are
Oh,
from four more on the 29th.
dude.
Holy shit, we're in a lot of trouble. Wait a second. One, two. Okay, I'm gonna download all of these. These are all from now. I can see who they're from also.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna download all of those. Now, where do you want me to put them?
Here, I can send you the link for it. But I'm thinking that, you've only got 15 minutes before winter. It sounds like we got a lot of voicemails. Maybe we should save those. I mean, I want you to put them in the file so I don't forget. But
I can't put them in the file because Ashley's gonna discard them because they're gonna be after today. They're gonna be gone. They're gonna be considered old.
well, here, I'm putting a link into the chat. Put it in there and I will download them now for
Got
next
it.
week.
Okay. All right. This is a great plan. Okay,
Mhm.
let me find all of them. All right. I am now grabbing all of those voicemails. There are six of them.
Oh my God.
And look, we know we promised to bring you fresh voicemails every week.
Oh, wow.
These
That's a lot.
these are going to be like we'll have them on sale. These will be like day old voicemails. We'll put them up at the front of the shop in case you want a sale item. They'll be right there. I think it's important to play the two most relevant ones based upon the last episode that we did. And knowing Jared, who the majority of those news voicemails are from, knowing Jared, he'll explain to you why he's actually leaving the message. I don't think that I'm doing that on my two voicemails.
In other words, what you're saying is we have two voicemails that are fresh and we have six voicemails that are pretty stale already. So it's no big deal if they get a little more stale. That's basically what you're saying.
But they're better voicemails. The six that Jared left are better than mine. So they're actually extra clean
You see, now that is a very nice recovery. It's not that the other six are more stale, so fuck it, who gives a shit?
Right.
It's the other six are so much better, they will last longer. And so it's okay
Right.
if they get a little bit more stale. But the two that are in here are so fragile. They are like avocados. They are like day old avocados.
Right.
And if we wait another 20 minutes, they're going to be stale. So we got to get them out.
Like Jared's voicemails are like potatoes.
Mm.
They have a shelf life a lot longer. Mine are like, yes, avocados that you have literally a 24-hour window that you can eat. Like Jared's are green bananas right now.
No, I like the potato analogy even better, because let's take a potato and an avocado, and let's say they're having a conversation, right?
Yep.
And the avocado says to the potato, "Hey, dude, so what do you do?" The potato says, "What the fuck do I do? What don't I do? Fucking French fries, baked potatoes, hash browns, au gratin, mashed potatoes? Dude, that barely scratches the surface. So
Right.
what do you do?" Guacamole. Yeah, and what else?
Avocado.
Guacamole. That's all I do. Guacamole. Like, dude.
I do guacamole and avocado. That's all I do.
Right.
The only longer shelf life item than potatoes would be canned goods.
True.
And I don't think canned goods would be a compliment. So let's call him the freshest vegetable in town. Jared is the potato.
And it's funny, actually. I bought like little red baby potatoes. I like doing lots of different things with those.
Yeah.
And we bought them a couple weeks ago, and then I forgot about them. And so they're like sprouting just a little bit,
just
right?
Gotta cut the sprout off.
Well, that was it. I look it up. I'm like, are these still good? And they're like, you cut, as long as it's not shriveled, just cut the sprout off. I'm like, dude, I love it. And they were great.
Right. Like, what's going to happen to a raisin? Is it going to go good? What's going to happen? I mean, what is going to happen? I mean, I have never seen a raisin that's bad. You just eat the raisin. The shelf life, the half-life of a raisin is like a year.
That's funny. That's really ridiculously funny.
What are they going to do?
Okay. So we're going to do your voicemails now, right?
Right. And you better take the other ones out just in case.
Already done.
Okay.
Already done.
God. Did you like how we recovered so quickly based upon just my memory?
That was good, especially because it was based on your memory, which is ridiculously fallible. I mean, the only thing more fallible than your memory is my memory.
Well, I did go to the doctor. so I have been helped. Did we finish the doctor story? I think we finished everything related to the doctor.
Yeah, it's just I don't like the fact that fucking gout is like a fucking old person's disease.
It is, but it isn't. We know it because of old people, but it is a disease that affects a lot of young people every day. Don't be embarrassed.
Okay.
All right. I think we do have to bypass the voicemail from Jared Music only to preserve some time. I have literally 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Okay, here we go. Voicemail number 1.
Nope, don't hear anything. I do not hear anything. I can't hear anything. I'm not hearing.
You can't hear anything?
No, I can't hear anything is what I'm saying.
Okay, that's weird because I thought I did all the settings. Wait a minute.
Did you hit? I know you did the settings on Hindenburg, but did you do the settings before you hit the?
Yeah, I thought so. Hang on, let's try again. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Let's try again. Give me a sec.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to leave a message.
Are you hearing it now?
Yeah, now I'm hearing.
Oh, okay. Too many damn settings. Here we go.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to leave a message. Going to sound kind of meta because I'm actually doing the podcast episode right now. By the way, this is Doug, and it is Saturday, January 8th, and I am leaving this message right now for Doug and Strickland. Based upon, well, actually, I'm leaving the message for Emily because Emily was the host of the show. Okay, I wrote a whole bunch of notes down because I didn't want to forget any of these. I probably will run out of time. Anyway, just want to put some check marks next to the things, and I want to start with the most important thing that you said, which was there may have been some sort of questionable reason or maybe even an agenda for why we were having you co-host the show last week. Well, the actual reality of it was the perfect storm of things going on. Strickland was going out of town. I didn't realize that until last minute. Not that I could have done anything about the second part, but we had in JJ's family, her grandmother passed, and we had to make the pilgrimage back to Pittsburgh. So because of all of that and the schedule change, and I thought I was coming back on Thursday, but we actually were coming back on Friday, the day that the episode airs, and I didn't want to then just start recording. And we don't record anything that far in advance. So for us, it was the perfect storm. So Emily, no questionable circumstances. It was a test. It was a test, just kind of like Regis and Kathy Lee tested Kelly when she started to co-host and then took over the show. So we're just building you up for a takeover, you and Jason. Which brings you to the next point, which was I appreciate one of the things that you said, that JJ and Doug were the model for your future as podcasters, and that was quite sweet. Well, we both actually met as podcasters, so while I would like to take all the credit for making sure that the two of us stayed on the path of being professional podcasters together, we were both podcasters and met. So Jason, I don't think you met him at lumberjack school, or painting school. So, and he didn't meet you at copywriting school, or a conference. So I feel like we probably had a greater head start with you guys. Books that you read, totally impressed. You think you said you read 8 nonfiction books or 8 fiction books last year. And for me, I haven't read any books in the last 24 months. So I hate to say that because it probably is not boding well to my ability or desire to improve. We are reading Think and Grow Rich right now, which is a staple in my library that I've read over and over again. So the fact that you read 8 books that were just fiction means you read many others that were nonfiction self-help books. So I don't even know what to say there. Impressed. Other thing that you said, which was great, was totally like me.
Gee, what happened, Doug? Did you get the 3-minute cutoff there?
I got the 3-minute cutoff.
Gee, I'm so surprised. I want to say something to you that my grandmother used to say to my mom. You really know how to make a short story long.
Okay.
Yeah, a little more detail than we needed about why she was the host. I mean, we appreciate you sharing, but you didn't have to share
the whole thing
every...
was she hinted that we had an agenda. Why she was going? I really needed to make sure she realized we had no agenda. Why she was obviously the best alternative to you or me.
Mm-hmm.
She was our first choice. That's
very true.
She's a podcaster. She's smart. She's got good information. We know that she is not all promo. As a matter of fact, she was very little promo. I wanted her to promote herself even more than she did.
Mm-hmm.
I think we promote her more than she promoted her.
Probably true, yeah.
All right, voicemail number 2.
Okay, here we go. Continuation.
Okay, it's Doug again. Voicemail number 2. I knew I would get cut off because I have an entire list. I'm running through the list right now. Building the planes you fly, it probably relates more to my style than Strickland's style. He's probably more like Jason in that wants to practice, make sure everything is perfect, systems, processes. Me, it's like, shit, we'll figure this shit out as we go along. So for sure, understand that completely. I got to get the name of that podcast. I'll listen back to the episode again, but the 2 rules that you had shared, 2 rules being don't make a decision for 24 hours with certain exceptions, of course. And then the second rule of if you think of someone, reach out. And I kept thinking, with the exception of, we kept yelling, with the exception of someone that you've had a past relationship with. And that's exactly what you came through with too, because in several cases, especially in early breakup, you think of that person probably every day, and that would create a court order scenario. So, love those 2 rules. I'll listen back and hear who is the host of that podcast. And finally, you mentioned 2 other shows that you watch, and you think that they're on Netflix. I'm going to check them both out. I know you mentioned this Jury Duty before.
Oh, my God, Jury Duty.
You may have mentioned White Lotus. I haven't seen or heard of either show except for you, Emily, mentioning them. So I'll have to go back and actually check these things out because I wrote them down now. So there's definitely there's a greater possibility that I will check them out now that I know all about them. Heartfelt thanks. I wanted to finish with this. Heartfelt thanks for sure for your awesomeness in hosting the show, taking over, and doing it with that the exempting the rule, the 24-hour rule. So you did a great job. Loved all your topics. When you kept the show moving. Definitely a full variety of topics, from books to shows to life's philosophies to your relationship with Jason. Thank you, Emily. Appreciate you, and looking forward to having you do many, many more. Okay, back to our show.
Jury Duty is so goddamn good. You totally need to watch Jury
I think
Duty.
that I think we saw there either a preview or a clip of it, and JJ was like, nah. So I liked it because the premise behind it is one guy on the jury is the only one that's not in on The Secret.
Well, do you remember the what was the movie, The Truman Show?
Truman Show, right.
This is basically a trial version, a court version of The Truman Show. He's the only one not in on the joke, so to speak. And I totally get that. I could see how JJ, it just might not speak to her. I thought it was fucking hilarious. It was absolutely brilliant.
Well,
and they also, what I liked, but I love this behind the scenes stuff. Every episode, they also have like a running commentary version of it, right? So like I would watch an episode and then go back and watch the episode with them talking about the episode.
What?
Because since everybody's in on it, right? It's basically like the director and some of the main actors. Oh, and the guy. They do the commentary at the end after they've edited everything. And so the commentary is from a couple of the main actors and the guy who didn't know it was a put on at the time. So he's basically going back and watching it and talking about how they felt while it was happening.
Wait, hold it. Is this a real thing? Or is it all fictitious? Because you got me lost in the loop there a little bit.
Okay. So
the guy didn't realize that he was an actor?
Okay, so yes, I should definitely go back and the background of it is this is a show where a guy has signed up for jury duty, okay? And
in real life?
He believes it is signing up for jury duty in real life.
Okay.
Now, he also believes that they said, hey, if you're on this jury, we want to let you know we are going to have a documentary film crew filming this.
Gosh.
Right? Okay. So the reason that he believes that cameras are around following them 24/7 is because they're doing a documentary about the court system.
Okay.
The reality is this is a total reality show.
Oh my God.
He is the only one that believes he's really in court. Everybody else, the defendant, the prosecutor, the judge, everybody on the jury is an actor.
Is it a new guy every episode, or is so it's the same? And how many seasons of this do they go through?
There is one season.
Okay.
And it's like 12 episodes, and it goes through the entire trial.
Wow, that's incredible. 12 episodes, one season. Now that I know that, that's even more fascinating for me, that the guy doesn't even realize in real life. I thought it was an actor playing an actor that's not realizing it.
No. And the really cool thing is there's who's James? God damn it, I can't remember. James Marsden? James somebody. There's a guy who is an actor, a well-known Hollywood actor. Like he was in X-Men, right? And he's on the jury, but he's playing himself.
Oh,
he's playing a douchey version of himself.
That is great.
Like
That's
a
cool.
really totally self-centered, Hollywoodish, like it's all about me version of himself. And that's what made the commentary afterwards even better, because he's basically in the commentary saying, God, it was so hard to be such an asshole to you because you were such a good guy, but I'm playing this part. I'm playing this douchey version of myself, and it was really hard. It was fun, but it was hard.
Oh my God, that is awesome. That is awesome.
Well,
I gotta go. I have a date with Winter. I gotta go pick up my Winter the Wonder cat at my neighbor's house, so he doesn't.
As you see the lights going down on the side.
Yeah, I'm looking outside. I'm like, oh my God, the sun's going down. All right, we'll come back. We'll do this again another week. We'll play all of the stale voicemails. I'm sorry, we'll play all the potatoes next week when we come back. Steve O'Brien, in the meantime, take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Thanks for listening. Bartender, Doug here's going to have a Cosmo, and Strickland is going to have a Fireball on the rocks. Not the little glass. Yeah, the big one, the 24-ouncer. Oh, and they'd both like a little umbrella. Just give me the bottle and charge them as much as you can. Hey, sorry the show's running a little long. We had to take a few avocado toast breaks for Doug. Now you can turn it off.